Hello and welcome to the Raw Feeding Journal. If you are brand new to this podcast, or if you've just found yourself staring at the freezer aisle in the pet shop, wondering where to begin, you are in the right place.
Absolutely. Today is what we're calling our Cornerstone episode. We are stripping away all the jargon and getting right back to basics. This is Raw Feeding 101.
We're going to cover exactly what raw feeding is, the different styles you might hear about, like BARF and prey model, and why we call it a species-appropriate diet. So, let's start with that phrase. What do we actually mean by species-appropriate?
It sounds scientific, doesn't it? But it's actually very simple logic. It means feeding an animal the diet they evolved to eat. If you think about a dog's ancestry, wolves and wild dogs, they didn't have ovens. They didn't have grain silos. They hunted and scavenged.
Exactly. Their digestive systems are designed to process raw meat, bone, and offal. They have highly acidic stomachs to deal with bacteria and break down bone. When we feed them highly processed, starchy biscuits, kibble, we're essentially feeding them fast food every day. Raw feeding is about getting back to nature.
And I think that's where people get stuck. They love the idea of nature, but then they go online and see acronyms like BARF and PMR and get confused. Should we break those down?
Let's do it. Let's start with BARF. And no, it has nothing to do with being sick.
No, thankfully not. BARF stands for Biologically Appropriate Raw Food, though some people say bones and raw food. This is probably the most popular model for beginners in the UK. The idea here is to feed meat, bone and organs, but also to include a small percentage of fruit and vegetables, and sometimes healthy oils or seeds.
The theory being that in the wild, a wolf would eat the stomach contents of their prey, which would contain some plant matter. So, a BARF diet gives you that fibre and those extra phytonutrients. If you buy a complete raw meal in a tub from a shop, it's usually a BARF recipe.
Exactly. Then on the other side, you have the prey model, often called PMR. This is for the purists. The philosophy here is to mimic a whole prey animal exactly. So it's strictly meat, bone and offal. No fruit, no veg, no dairy.
They view the dog as a strict carnivore. So, if you hear someone talking about frankenprey, where they assemble a meal from different animal parts to recreate a whole rabbit or chicken, that's the prey model.
And for a beginner, that can sound terrifying. Do I have to chop up whole animals on my kitchen counter?
Definitely not. And this is the good news. You don't have to be a butcher to feed raw. In the UK, we are lucky to have an amazing selection of pre-prepared raw foods. You'll often see the ratio 80-10-10.
That's the golden ratio, isn't it? 80% meat, 10% bone, 10% offal.
Correct. Whether you choose to add a bit of veg, BARF, or keep it strictly meat, prey model, that 80-10-10 balance keeps your dog safe and healthy. It ensures they get the calcium from the bone and the essential vitamins from the organs.
So we know what it is, but why should people bother? It is more effort than pouring biscuits into a bowl.
It is, but the payoff is massive. When you switch to a species-appropriate diet, the first thing you notice is the waste. Because the body uses almost everything in the food, there is very little waste product. The poos are smaller, harder, and smell much less.
Which is a win for everyone. But it's also the coat, isn't it? That raw glow.
Yes, the fatty acids in fresh meat make the coat shine. You see better dental health because chewing meat and bone naturally cleans the teeth. And you see a more stable energy level. No sugar highs and crashes from all the carbohydrates in dry food.
So if a listener is ready to start, what is step one?
Step one is, don't overcomplicate it. You don't need to do complex maths instantly. Start by looking for a reputable, pre-made, complete raw food. It takes the guesswork out of the vitamins and minerals. You treat it just like you would raw chicken for your own Sunday roast. Wash your hands, wipe down the counter, and keep it frozen until you need it.
Simple hygiene, really.
Exactly. Raw feeding isn't a fad. It's just returning to what dogs were built to eat. Whether you lean towards BARF or prey model, the most important thing is getting fresh, real food into the bowl.
Brilliant. I think that covers the essentials. If you are listening and have questions, we will be diving deeper into specific proteins and troubleshooting in future episodes, so make sure you are subscribed.
Thanks for listening to the Raw Feeding Journal. Here's to happier, healthier dogs.